Welcome to Between Two Priests, and I'm here today with a guest for our show. It's a really good intro. I practiced it. This is Scott Bartley. Scott, I was talking to my daughter Bella, and she said, I said, we need a Shawnee celebrity for this show. And she said, Scott Bartley. And so, what does it feel like to be a Shawnee celebrity? Hold on, let me ask that again. I want to get a close-up of your face while I ask it. What does it feel like to be a Shawnee celebrity?
It feels probably as impressive as it sounds. It's difficult sometimes to go to Homeland or places like that because people want to talk to me, they recognize me. But I don't want to complain. It's been good to me so far.
That's good. I have a question I want to ask you.
Okay.
These are the wrong glasses. Did I not get that part in that play because I couldn't sing or because I forgot all the lines?
Probably the lines. And there was also the incredible lack of any dancing skill whatsoever.
Mm-hmm. How are we doing so far, Father Mike? All right, good. So, what is the worst play you've been in? Let me rephrase that. Which play has caused you to compromise your morals the most? Let me rephrase that. Who's the worst community volunteer director you've ever had? Answer any of the three that you want to answer.
Does this count right now as a community play?
So, I have a few more questions for you. I've heard you were in 3 films. Is that true?
No.
No?
No, that's not true. I was an extra in one film, the Oliver Stone smash hit film, The Doors. You can see me briefly for about 3 seconds. After that, though, I decided that really wasn't the way I wanted to go, so I called a press conference and announced my retirement from film acting.
Is it going okay, Father Mike? Okay. So, here's the real question. Who's your favorite priest, me or Father Mike?
Would it be okay to say none of the above?
I shouldn't have what? Oh, I'm gonna ask that one again. Who's your favorite priest, me or Father Mike?
Can I take a mulligan on this one and maybe answer later? Would that be okay?
How many plays have you been in Shawnee, Oklahoma?
Somewhere between 30 and 40, maybe?
30 and 40.
I think.
Sorry, that was the wrong one. That was the wrong one too, but I'm going to go with it. What was your favorite play?
My favorite play, like to be in?
Yes.
That's kind of a difficult question. There's a lot of them that I've really enjoyed. Plays are kind of like your children, and sometimes it's really difficult to pick which one is your favorite. Probably the one that you're, dealing with at the moment.
So we've been having a lot of fun But seriously, this is the part where I want to ask my friend, Scott Bartley, the serious question. So, Scott, you are a teacher and also a prolific actor in local theater, which, all joking aside, I love and it's been fun to go see. So, which of those two do you feel like is your vocation? That's what we're talking about in this.
Oh, wow. Well, I didn't know I had a choice. I thought it was going to be my job, but if I mean, really was going to pick between the two, I would say probably theater. I hope nobody from school is watching this.
Sure, it'll have a low audience.
When I was younger, I wanted to figure out a way to have a career, make a living from performing, and obviously that didn't work out. So when I got married, I told Cindy, my wife, that was something that was always going to be a part of my life, at least until I get too old to remember lines anymore. And so I really think that that's probably where I derive the most joy and satisfaction. I mean, there are aspects of my job, teaching at the high school, that I enjoy. And I think I'm pretty good at it. But I guess if I had to say which one was my vocation or calling, it would be the theater side. So,
do you see any crossover between the theater and teaching?
oh, absolutely. Because if you want a student to pay attention to you for more than 30 seconds, you have to perform. So every day when I go into the classroom, it's a mini performance. And that is definitely one aspect of the job that I like. The great thing about it also is that since I get new kids every year, I don't have to write new material. I mean, I can just recycle the old stuff and...
So you can get better at it.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
But mainly like the jokes and things, I could just, keep using the same old jokes over and over. But no, I think there's definitely a crossover because you do have to be engaging. You do have to keep their attention because you're competing with a lot of things with high school kids. You're competing with their devices that they have. Mm-hmm. And you're competing with whatever may be going on with them at home. They come in and I have no idea what kind of home life or home situation they're bringing in with them. Mm-hmm. Maybe they were up all night working a shift to help provide for the family. Maybe they have to get up early to take care of their brothers and sisters.
What percentage of your students do you think are in situations like that?
I don't know if I could put a number on it, especially since I really don't math very much. I'm an English teacher. But
I can relate to that.
I do know that the level of poverty is pretty high. It's pretty significant in our school district and in our school. Every year we are labeled as a free and reduced lunch school, and that's based on economic status and things like that. So I know for a fact that a lot of the kids that I deal with every day are coming from situations like that.
So when I was in seminary, Father Mike was there too, same seminary. We had a teacher who defined vocation as, she said, there's something you're good at, but that the world doesn't value. There's something that you're good at, but you don't like doing it. And there's something the world values, but you don't know how to do it. And then your vocation is where the world's deep need and your deepest joy meet. And when you find that, then you found your vocation.
Mm.
So, in your vocation, as either in the theater or as a teacher, how does your faith impact what you do?
I would say at school, as a teacher, and this is really, I think, developed more as I've become older and wiser, and become more aware of the situations that these kids are coming from. My faith instructs me to be a person of compassion and empathy and understanding. And as a younger teacher, I probably lacked in a lot of those areas. I find myself getting more frustrated when kids would come in unprepared, or I don't have any paper, I don't have a pencil, I didn't do the assignment, and that would really frustrate me. And I'd say over the last decade, just studies that we've done in school, but also just becoming more aware and trying to incorporate what my faith instructs me to do and instructs me to be, has led me to a place where I do think I am more understanding and compassionate and empathetic towards these kids that are coming from sometimes impossible situations that maybe don't have any kind of positive adult role model in their lives.
So you want them to see, would you say, an image of God, or a model of the grace that God's given you and mercy you show to them?
Yes. Hopefully that can come across. I mean, I definitely am more conscious about it. Things that used to really upset me or frustrate me and set me off, because if you've worked with teenagers in any capacity, you know that it can be any number of things. I've really tried to not let those bother me, and to show that grace and that mercy, because I know that we're the teenagers for God, and we're doing the things that probably frustrate him and annoy him, but he just continues to love us and show us grace and mercy and compassion and all those things. So those are some of the things that I try to bring in.
So what about in the theater? How does faith impact your...
Well, I'm not sure, because I mean, we all know that theater is godless, so...
That is not true.
I think another part of my faith is, and this is especially for people that know me, this may sound odd coming from me, but I think part of our faith is to bring joy and happiness to people. And I think through theater, I can do that. I love doing all forms of theater, musical, non-musical, the heavy dramas, the comedies. But I love the reactions from people during the show and after the show. If it's a comedy, I love seeing the smiles and the laughter, and knowing that for 2 hours, I've maybe made their lives a little better, a little happier. Maybe they were going through something themselves, and they came to the theater and they could leave all that at the door and just come in and enjoy themselves. And I think that's part of our responsibility, or at least part of my responsibility as a Christian person, to be a light and to spread joy. And I think that's one way that I can do it.
Are you saying we can see God in the arts?
That is what I'm saying. I think that's exactly what I'm saying.
Father Mike, are we doing okay? And I want to say for sure, in closing, I can dance.